Hi, I'm Melissa Darnay, and you are sipping with the Wine Maven. Today's topic is how long should you age a wine before drinking it? But first, I'd like to introduce you to my guest, Tim Nelson. Tim, welcome.
Well, thank you, Wine Maven.
Tim, what do you do?
Well, I'm an Army officer and I'm a real estate entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur, and I heard you're running for office.
I am indeed. I'm running for City Council, Place 5 in Frisco.
In Frisco, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas. Wonderful. Now, when I first met Tim about a year ago, he was at a wine tasting. He walked in after being at a black tie event representing the Army. And when he walked in, medals dangling from his chest, I gotta tell you, all conversation came to a halt. There's just something so awe-inspiring about a man in full uniform. It brings to mind all the wonderful things about our country: honor, patriotism, chivalry, and to be honest, a little of the officer and a gentleman romance. Do you get that a lot, Tim? Yeah, I bet you do. Now, ladies, don't get your hopes up. Tim is a very happily married man. And like a fine wine, he's getting better with age. He's now using all of the wisdom and experience he learned in the military, and he's applying that toward local politics. That's wonderful, Tim.
Thank you very much.
I have a question for you. How long do you think the typical American waits before they open a bottle of wine? Do you know?
Easily, probably 2 years or so.
That is a great guess, but it's a little bit long. The answer may surprise you. Are you ready?
Hit me.
15 minutes. About the time it takes to drive your bottle of wine home and pop the cork. Now, don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with drinking wine as soon as you get it, but there is a benefit to giving wine some cellar time. Don't worry though, you don't have to have an actual wine cellar to give it cellar time. All you need is a cool, dark space, such as a closet. Just make sure that that wine is away from direct sunlight, vibrations, and any extreme temperatures. So now let's get back to my original question. How long should you age wine before drinking it? The answer is, it depends. It's very complex. It's sort of like our government. It's very complex. It depends on the varietal, where the grapes were grown, what year the grapes were grown, because that's weather conditions and patterns, and even who the winemaker is. Now, with all of those variables, it's no wonder most people don't know how long to age their wine. But I do have an easy answer for you, and you don't have to have a PhD in enology to figure it out. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Read the winemaker's notes. How easy is that? All of my wines do come with winemaker's notes, so you're always guaranteed to know exactly how long to age that wine. Now, there's a couple things you can do with this. First of all, you can take your bottle and wrap those winemaker's notes right under it and put it on your wine rack this way. That way, you're always guaranteed to have your winemaker's notes handy. Another way that I like even better is you take a Sharpie pen. I like metallic silver because it shows up on the bottle. And you write the year somewhere right onto the bottle. And that way you always know exactly when to drink it. Now, we're going to drink the Nouveau Mousse Tempranillo. This is a 2009. Tempranillo is originally from the Rioja region of Spain, although this was grown in California in the Livermore Valley. If you're not familiar with the California map, Livermore is about 75 miles southwest of Napa. You ready to try it?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go ahead and give it a swirl. You always want to swirl wine to open it up. Come on, you can do better than that. Give it a good swirl.
I didn't want to be too crazy.
Okay, here's what you can do. If you're not getting a good swirl on a wine, go ahead and set the glass down. Take your two fingers like this, like a Victory V. Put the wine right in between the Victory V fingers. And now do it this way. It's going to be a little bit more noisy, but we're going to get the job done. Is that a little bit easier?
Love it.
Okay. Swirl it now. Let's smell it. Stick your nose way inside the glass. Oh, it's a good day. What do you smell? Do you have any guesses?
Bouquet.
A bouquet, absolutely. It's actually a bouquet of fruit. We have, Tempranillo is typically a lot of black fruit as well as red fruit. In this, I'm getting big blackberry, almost like blackberry jam though, rather than fresh blackberries, as well as fresh strawberries. Do you get either one of those?
I get them all.
And how about a hint of leather?
A little bit.
A little bit of leather, absolutely. So that's your typical Tempranillo. Now's the fun part. We get to take a taste.
Been waiting.
Okay, go ahead and taste it for me. Oh, the winemaker's notes say to wait 3 to 5 years before drinking this, but I gotta tell you, I'm pretty happy with this right now. Let's see what this tastes like with food. I know some of the things that I like it with are very flavorful foods. Anything from roasted red bell peppers to grilled lamb, even barbecue beef. But let's see what Stacey Wetzel of Cater 10 has in store for us. Stacey, welcome.
Hello. Hi, Tim.
Hello.
What delectable treat do you have in store for us today?
I have red wine mole tequeños.
Oh my goodness. Okay, look how beautiful this is. Would you break this down? First of all, I've never heard of a tequeño. It looks amazing, but what exactly is this?
It's kind of like a tapa. Since you're doing a Spanish-inspired wine, it made me think of a tapa and then some of the different flavors that you may encounter in Spain. Although I ventured a little over to Africa with the mole. So we have a little corn tortilla on the bottom, which I made homemade, and then we have a beef, and I sauteed that with some garlic and some mole, and then I have a creme, and then I have cojita cheese and lime.
And now, did I hear you right that you marinated the meat in red wine?
No, I deglazed it.
You deglazed
I deglazed
it?
in red wine.
Okay, deglazing, marinating, potato.
There's red wine.
So Tim is our honored guest. You get to do the honors, and this looks like a two-handed meal. So what I want you to do, you've tasted the wine by itself.
I have.
I'd like you to take a taste of this. It's okay that you spill it a little bit. It's all good, huh?
That won't happen.
It's going all into his mouth. And get a nice juicy bite. I don't think you got any meat. You're gonna have to take a bigger bite than that.
Oh, I did.
Big bite.
Did you get some meat?
Some of the lime on there.
Oh,
Really, really good.
doesn't this look good? Are you getting hungry yet?
The opportunity
I'm
may
getting
exist to
hungry.
be fed.
It's never boring when you're sipping with the Wine Maven. Now he's gonna get a nice bite. Okay, now this time, just before you swallow, I'd like you to take a sip of wine. We do want to pair it.
I forgot I did a little slaw on the bottom with radicchio and Granny Smith apples.
Ooh, Granny Smith apples in a slaw. How
A
wonderful.
little crunch.
Oh, she's so talented.
Wonderful.
So Tim, how can people help you?
Well, ultimately, you could show up to the polls. We have early voting going on now, and show up to the polls on May 14th.
There you have it. An officer, a gentleman, and a Tempranillo. Until next time, cheers.
Cheers.